My life is the miracle. Every child has a story of God's love to share. Shalom world, tune into God's love story.
Hi kids, would you like to join in? Whatever me and Coco do, you have to copy us. Ready? Alright, let's leave it there.
Wow, that was like we were all one person.
Exactly. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come and play
with Katie and Coco.
That's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Coco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Coco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Coco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring. You and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Coco. Well, Coco and kids, do you remember our tongue twister from last time?
Was it the bugger one thing? That thing?
No, I think that was a while back.
What about the Moses supposes his doses of roses?
No, Coco, that one's even older.
I know. Was it the button pocket one?
Getting closer.
Just tell me, Katie.
Okay, it was. She sold 6 shabby sheared sheep on ship.
Ah, that one. Yes, I remember now.
Would you like to go over it?
Yeah.
Ready? Let's do it all together very slowly. Ready?
Yeah.
She sold 6 shabby sheared sheep on ship.
Yeah.
One more time. Ready? She sold 6 shabby sheared sheep on ship.
Yeah.
Good job.
I sold Toy Story for a tongue twister, but I want it back. Another story, Katie. Another story.
Let's go tell a story. What do you think makes someone great? Maybe because they're very big and strong, like Mr. Incredible or Captain America. They can lift heavy things and throw powerful punches. Does that make them great? What about someone who is very popular, with lots of friends and fans and followers, like a famous singer or actor or sports player? Thousands of people love to watch what they do, listen to what they say, and even keep up to date with what is happening in their lives. Does that make them great? Or is someone great if they are very rich and can buy lots of things with their money? Or perhaps someone who wins lots of battles and fights is great because all their enemies get destroyed by them. Or successful leaders of countries and kingdoms. Surely they are great for governing their people well and making their land strong and prosperous. Or someone who's very smart and can think of great ideas and make great things. Or someone who is very talented at what they do. That must make them great. What do you think, Coco? Do all these people sound great to you?
Yes, but not as great as me. You forgot to mention birds with beautiful white feathers and a yellow crown on their head who can fly all over the place and even talk like me.
Always boasting, isn't he? You know, Coco, I would agree with you if only you weren't the one who said it. You might be great, but if you call yourself great, then that kind of takes away the greatness and leaves you with nothing. You don't want that, do you?
No, I suppose not.
Don't be sad, Mr. Cockatoo. The fact that you're listening to me when I say that proves that you really can be great. As long as you stop boasting, silly bird.
I'll try. So, Katie, do you think that all the types of people you mentioned are great?
Definitely. But they are not as great as they could be.
How can they become even greater when they're already so good at what they do?
Well, all those types of people are great in the eyes of the world. That is, we look at them and marvel at their strengths, thinking how amazing they are. But the greatest thing is when someone who is strong or talented or rich or powerful or wise can use these strengths not for their own glory, not so people think how amazing they are, but instead use their strengths for God's glory, so people look through them to see how great God is.
Wow! How do they do that?
First of all, is to love God. If you love God more than anything else, whatever you do will show your love for Him in it, and that will bring Him glory. And do you know what the cool thing about that is?
What?
When you love God and bring Him glory by showing how great He is, you become more great than you ever would have been if you would use your strengths only for yourself rather than for God. Do you want me to prove it? I have a friend who was known as Albert the Great. And guess why he is called great?
By showing how great God is?
Exactly right, Coco. You see, by bringing glory to God, God brought glory to our friend Albert in return. And when God gives something in return, it is so much more than we could ever give Him in the first place.
Coco, amazing! So how did Albert show how great God is? What was his strength?
As well as his deep love for God, Albert was very smart, and he spent his life studying, researching, teaching, and thinking about God and His creation. When you kids make a new friend, or when you start to admire a certain celebrity, are you satisfied with just knowing their name and a few things about them? Or do you want to get to know them more? What they like, what they don't like, what they do, what they've done? And the longer you know them, the more you find out about them. And the more you find yourself becoming more like them. You start to share some of the same likes and dislikes, and you love to play and laugh and talk with them as if it's a friend. Or if it's a celebrity, you follow what they do and might even hope to be like them one day. Well, in the same way we want to know our friends and heroes more, Albert wanted to know God more and more so he could love Him more.
How did he get to know God more?
Do any of you kids like science? Do you like to look at the world around you? The trees, the flowers, the animals, the sky, the mountains, the ocean? Do you like to look at them and wonder why they're so beautiful or why and how they're even there at all?
I do. In fact, that's one of my favorite things to do when I fly. I can see everything from up above.
Oh, you're very lucky to be able to do that, Coco. The kids and I have to go in a plane or climb a big mountain to be able to see things from high up, don't we, kids? Well, Albert loved to look at nature as well. And when he found that by studying and looking at the world from the smallest little leaf from the most giant stars far up in space, he could come to know God more because God is the one who had created everything he was looking at. Like if a friend of yours painted a picture or wrote a story, you would want to look at it, wouldn't you? And when you looked at it, you would find something new about your friend. You would realize that the painting or the story could never have been made by itself, and that no one else could paint a picture or write a story exactly like the one your friend made. There would be a part of your friend hidden in the painting or story because it came from them.
Wow! So if I peck the painting hard enough, I can find one of my friend's feathers inside the painting?
No.
But you said I would find a part of them hidden in the painting.
Yes, Coco, but I don't mean a part of their body. I mean a part of their mind and soul. Something that can't be touched or really seen except through some sort of reflection like the painting. Even when we look in the mirror, it doesn't mean there are two of us, does it? All we see is a reflection of what we look like. Think of your mum and dad. It's funny, isn't it, how they both look different, but you look like both of them? And even funnier, how your brothers and sisters also look like both your mum and dad, but you don't look exactly the same as them, do you? You can tell you're part of the same family just by the way you look similar to them.
Oh yeah, and also the way we act. Everyone says I boast because my mom does.
That's right, Coco. Even the way we act is similar. So when people see you and your siblings, they're also seeing a part of your mum and dad hidden in you, aren't they?
Ah, I get it now. So my mom and dad aren't really hiding somewhere in my feathers, but you can see the parts of me that are the same as my mom and the parts of me that are the same as my dad.
Spot on, Coco. You really can be smart when you want to be. And without your parents, you wouldn't make sense, would you? Your parents had to be there before you so you can be here now and have both of them reflected in you. Well, the same with God and His creation. Albert understood that the world doesn't make sense on its own. God had to be there first, so the world can be here now and have God reflected in all its different parts. So when we look at a little flower, we see a part of God hidden in it. When we look at a big lion, we see another part of God hidden in it. When we look at a waterfall, we see yet another part of God hidden in it. And even when we look at our friend, we see another part of God hidden in him or her.
But Katie, a flower and a lion and a waterfall and a friend don't look all the same. So how can we see God in all of them?
Well, Coco, do you think every time your friend painted a picture, they would paint the same thing? Or every time they wrote a story, they would write the same thing? That would just be boring. And you don't look exactly like your brothers and sisters, even though you have the same parents, do you? In the same way, we see different parts of God and different parts of his creation.
Oh, so is that what Albert discovered?
Yes, he discovered that by studying and thinking about all the different parts of God's creation, in other words, by studying science, he could know God more by finding where and how God was hidden in everything he had made. Lots of people think that science replaces God, but Albert discovered that science actually shows God in all his glory.
You're right. Albert was a great man.
He was. But do you know what made him even greater?
What?
Instead of keeping all his knowledge to himself, he shared it and taught it with other people so they could come to know God in the same way, and so they could continue his studies. One of his students, called Thomas Aquinas, did this especially well, taking what Albert had taught him and making his own discoveries as well. Shall we ask St. Albert the Great to help us bring glory to God like he did?
I can't wait.
Thank you, St. Albert, for letting your love for God inspire you to know him more and bring him glory. Help us to find God in every part of his creation and use our gifts to bring him glory like you did. Please pray for all scientists that rather than being led further away from God, they might instead find God in their studies as you showed us how to do.
That was great. Albert is great. Katie, kiss, do you think Albert is great? I do.
Great, I'm glad you think he's great.
Coco amazing. Coco great.
Wow, St. Albert really must be great if he has Coco's stamp of approval.
I give it only to the best.
Well, Coco, what do you think about teaching a tongue twister together this time?
Ah, that sounds great. Well, is it the one that we were talking about before the kids came?
Unless you know any other tongue twisters that we both know.
No, I don't. Let's do it.
Let's do it then. Okay, ready, Coco?
Yeah.
On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
Does your sports shop stock short socks with spots?
Okay, let's break it in half for the kids, shall we?
Yeah.
I'll teach them the first half and you teach them the second half?
Yeah.
Okay, kids, repeat after me. Does your sports shop
Stock short socks with spots.
Good. Now let's let them repeat after us, okay?
Yeah.
Does your sports shop stock short socks with spots? Nice. We got through it. High five.
Yeah, Katie, that was a bit difficult one, wasn't it?
Oh, it's really good when we work together, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it time for craft now?
Yeah. It's time for craft. Let's go do some craft together.
Yeah.
Here we are. Time for craft. You ready for craft, Coco?
Yeah, Katie.
Okay. Today, what do you think we're going to be making with these?
Googly eyes?
Well, close. We're going to be making some binoculars.
Wow.
But why do you think we're going to be making binoculars? Do you know why? Or shall I tell you?
To see far places?
Well, that's true. That's part of it. But we're making binoculars so just like St. Albert loved to look around at the world around him, we can look around at the world around us through these lovely binoculars that we're going to make. Okay, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Awesome. So first of all, we're going to decorate these. What we need is 2 toilet rolls that are empty, some paint to decorate. You can use any colour paint. I've just used blue for today, and a paintbrush, a stapler to staple the two together, and also a hole puncher. So we punch holes and then so the string can go through them, and some scissors to cut the string. Okay, so first of all, we're going to decorate the 2 toilet rolls. I'm going to paint them. I'm just going to do a full colour, but you can decorate them however you like. Even stick some extra things on or anything. I'm using blue today because with the green string, it will be like the colours of the world around us, because Earth, when you look at it, it looks all blue and green, doesn't it? So that's what that's going to represent. Have you ever looked through binoculars, Coco?
No, Katie.
I guess your bird eyes are pretty good, aren't they? You're good at seeing little worms underneath the grass, aren't you? But people, sometimes we need binoculars so we can see far places up close. Obviously, these ones won't be able to do that, but it will still be fun looking around at the world through these binoculars. Okay, there's one done. Hopefully that won't take too long to dry because it's just a thin coating. So we'll leave that there while we do the other one.
I like blue, Katie.
Yeah? Is blue your favourite colour, Coco?
Yeah.
What colours can you see in the world that is blue?
The ocean, Katie.
Ocean, good one. What else?
The sky.
The sky is also blue. And anything else?
Blueberries.
Blueberries, that's right. There's not a lot of plants that are blue, are there, though? Most of them are what colour? What colour are mostly plants?
Green, Katie.
Green, yeah. That's why our world looks so blue and green, because it's covered by ocean and grass and forests. And sometimes lakes and things are blue as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lakes and rivers. Do you like looking at the world around you, Coco?
Yeah. I like it, Katie.
You can see a lot when you're flying, can't you?
Yeah, it feels good when I'm flying.
I wish I could fly. That would be awesome. 2 binoculars. Now we've got to join them together. So we're going to put this paintbrush on the piece of paper here so it doesn't get the table dirty. Now, it doesn't really matter that they're not dry yet because they'll dry eventually. So we're going to stick them together like this and get the stapler and then give it a staple here to keep them together. Might need some help with this. And then one on there. We'll leave this side so then you can put it against your face so it's a bit apart because your nose is in the middle of your face, isn't it? So next what we're going to do, we're going to attach the string onto these sides so you can put it around your neck and you can go on a little explore around the garden or maybe a forest somewhere. So we're going to get our hole puncher and stick and put a hole in each side of the edge of the sides like this. Again, you might need some help with this because the cardboard might be a bit hard to punch a hole through. So we'll get that little circle out. And the same on the other side. There we go. 2 holes. And now we're going to stick our string in. So I've got some green string here. Now I don't need it this long, so that's why I've got my scissors to cut it. Maybe how long should I do? About this long should do, and it'll straighten out eventually. So I'm going to stick one side in the middle there, and then tie a little knot. Doesn't matter if you can't undo it, because it's supposed to stay like that. Snip. And then tie it through the other hole like this. And there we have our very own binoculars. And when that dries, I can put that around my neck. I can hold it up and I can look through it and I can see through the world. Now I just realised that I should probably cut off these bits so they don't stick into eyes. Snip those end bits off. Now we can look through. Hi, Coco.
Hi.
Would you like to look through?
Yeah.
Here you go. Wow, what can you see?
Oh.
Now can you see the kids over there?
Yeah, Katie.
They look so big, do they?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you can go around, go for a little explore, and see all kinds of things in the garden and the sky. Maybe you can take them to the beach and the ocean. You can look around at the world around you and see how God's reflected in everything in his creation, just like St. Albert discovered. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Have fun with your own binoculars. Hi kids! If you'd like extra instructions on how to make this, you can find it at swpals.org. Also, I'd love to see you guys making your own binoculars. So if you'd like, you can send in a photo of you with your very own pair of St. Albert the Great binoculars and upload it on your same website.
Katie, can I try the binoculars again?
Yeah, sure, here you go.
Wow, I can see the whole world.
The whole world?
I think so.
How can you do that?
Wow, I'm looking at the kids all over the world, so that means I can see the whole world.
Wow, Coco, that's really cool. I want to try. Hey, you're right. I can see the whole world too. Hi, kids. How's the world?
Let's do a world tongue twister.
Oh, yeah, good idea, Coco. Ready, kids? We're all going to join in the tongue twister, and then it's going to be a whole world tongue twister.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Coco? Let's teach them our tongue twister again.
Yeah.
Let's do it all together.
Does your sports shop stock short socks with spots?
One more time. Ready?
Does your sports shop stock short socks with spots?
Yeah, good job.
Great, Katie. That was
Great.
really good. We just did a tongue twister, a wild tongue twister, yeah!
A world tongue twister. Truly an unforgettable moment. But now it's time to say goodbye.
See you next time, kids.
See you next time, kids. And remember, it's never too late to pray to St. Albert the Great.
Come and play,
Play with Katie and Coco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Coco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Coco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Coco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Coco.